Ambitious and motivated are words that describe you best. Then you're on the right place. This is Motivational Radio France from Paris with your host, Longi Agoha.
So let's go to the next one, which is building a strong career brand. Because we always want to brand ourselves. See, what is branding in the first instance?
Okay, branding is, according to how I see it, is what people think when they hear a thing. That thing could be a concept, it could be a person, it could be a thing, it could be anything. What people think, what comes to mind when a particular concept, person, thing, or place, or whatever it is mentioned. And it's the brand that differentiates Apple, for instance, from Samsung. And that's why companies across the world, they struggle so hard, and individuals as well, to preserve the uniqueness of their brand. Because that's what makes them who they are, and that's what guarantees the revenue streams that they command within their field. So for me, branding is that unique thing that comes to mind when something, a concept, an initiative, a program, anything is thought about. That's what I think branding is. A brand is, yes, that's what I believe a brand is. Okay,
very good. So how do you build that strong brand then? How do you build it? What are the processes?
Okay, this question is very pertinent to this century because there's a book that I read some years ago that I used to form my thoughts about branding, and that's the book by Thomas Friedman, The World is Flat.
Okay.
And he talked about the various evolution of the evolution of trends across the world, and one of which started when countries used to go global. It's the evolution of globalization, as he put it in the book. All right. After that, it became companies globalizing. You know, for you to go global in that era, I think it was between 1800 and 2001, for you to go global within that area, as Thomas Friedman put it, you had to either go through your company or through your company's brand. But now, because of the ubiquitous, the widespread appreciation and integration of technological platforms across the world, it's very possible, more than ever before, for individuals now to go global. So from here, seated here, I can easily communicate and make initiatives and partnerships with a friend in Nepal, for instance. I can easily coalesce ideas and initiatives with a friend in Uganda, for instance, without restrictions of geographical space, of geographical limitations, or demographical challenges. That doesn't come to play in an era very much driven by technology. And that's why it's important for individuals to build a successful career brand, because now it's about individuals more than ever before. It's about individuals. And now individuals can leverage on knowledge bits and technology, etc., to build a successful career brand. Now, in building a career brand, one thing that's helped me as well is in seeing myself as a product, not just as an individual. Now, this thinking of seeing myself, seeing an individual as a product, helped me to apply some principles applied to products, to organizations, to helping me develop my own individual brand. And one formula that works really well, I can't remember who developed that formula now, but the formula has worked really well for me within my life and within also my companies, is that a brand or a brand appreciation or the value of a brand or brand value is equal to the visibility of the brand times the reputation of the brand times referrals. Visibility talks about how visible is the brand, how available is the brand. Reputation talks about how good is the brand, while referrals talks about how many people are talking about the brand. Now, in terms of visibility, I was reading a particular article this morning that talked about the fact that companies now, in trying to search for individual talents across the world, now leverage more on internet platforms. So, for instance, if they need a talent to fill a job role, they go on the internet. They go on various sites like LinkedIn. They go on Facebook. They go on Twitter. They go on sites across the world to find talents to fill job roles within companies or within to fill some particular tasks or roles that they have available. And that's why, to build a strong career brand, an individual must determine, first of all, to find out those leverages, those technological leverages that can be leveraged on. And I don't think anybody who's going to build a successful career brand in this century would be social media non-competent. It's an absurdity for an individual who believes he or she wants to be a successful career brand, not to be on some very beneficial social media platforms now, like LinkedIn, etc. So building a successful career brand demands an individual leveraging on technology to gain visibility, leveraging on thought leadership to build reputation. Now, thought leadership is, in a particular field, how visible is somebody's intellectual contribution in that field. And one way to build thought leadership is by authorship. Now, for instance, somebody within a career can author a book for others within that career to read, or even for others out of the career to read and be inspired by. Now, thought leadership can be gained by authorship, can also be gained by somebody developing an internet blog, for instance, and putting contributions, ideas, articles, by writing papers, by writing publications. Now, these are areas that can be leveraged upon in achieving thought leadership. Now, in building visibility, an individual must be on platforms that can create that visibility, one of which is joining associations. Another could be by having a website, a personal website. I, for instance, have my own personal website. That's a way of people seeing what you do across the world. So just by googling somebody's name, you can find out more about him. That's one way of building visibility. Now, to build a successful career brand demands these three things: developing visibility, developing reputation, and developing referral base. Referral base can easily be gotten by, of course, joining associations, etc. When people get to know more about you, speaking at conferences, mentoring young people, for instance, that want to go into your career path. These are ways of building visibility and also a referral base. So these are three things that can be leveraged upon in building a strong career brand. But it starts by, first of all, embracing the fact that we live in a world that is driven by individuals, much more than driven by companies. And that's why you find out now that network marketing has come to stay, because the trend now is individualism, individual collectivism, if I use that word, is individuals collaborating together across various spaces, irrespective of geographical limitations, irrespective of geographical or demographic limitations. Individuals can now collaborate across various spaces and platforms. And that's why it's important to build a strong career brand, to be part of that collaboration real time.
All right. To have Lonji Agaha speak at any of your organization's activities, churches, schools, companies, or any other platform, please call 081-0476-1930 or +33 60920 1972. Alternatively, or log on to www.agonlongi.com. Thank you.